Thank you, Muremi. Could there be a looming constitutional crisis in Kenya at the stroke of midnight this Saturday? Tonight in our weekly political segment, Spotlight 2017, we focus on the failure by Parliament to pass the crucial law on gender balance. KTN's Duncan Khaemba takes an in-depth look at the intrigues.
Parliament may now be staring at an imminent dissolution for failing to meet the constitutional deadline for passing the gender law. A third attempt, this time through the Senate, efforts to have the contentious gender bill failed over lack of quorum.
The situation has not changed. All the senators who are out of the country, most of them, they are still out of the country. They had gone to committee work, and others on their maybe personal, one or two who are on personal missions and important things that they had prior arrangements on.
By the sponsor of the bill, nominated Senator Judith Sijeni. Only 28 members stand up for the debate. This brings...
Despite intense lobbying by the sponsor of the bill, nominated Senator Judith Sijeni, only 28 members of the Senate stand up for debate. This being 16 members short of the required threshold of 44.
I think the country and the National Assembly and the Senate will still have to keep looking for a formula. The court may not be able to take much of a view in terms of this parliament right now, the 12th parliament, the 11th parliament, but definitely the 12th parliament will be affected. So it was just postponing a problem.
Hopefully, we will wait for now the next general election and see maybe if parties will nominate more members of either gender to fill that gap.
A move that is already attracting condemnation, and this could set the stage for yet another round of legal battle between the two arms of government, the legislature and the judiciary.
It's unfortunate that we have lawmakers who don't respect the law, that we have lawmakers who are teaching Kenyans that it's okay to break the constitution, that for us it is okay for everybody else to respect the rule of law, it's okay for everybody else to implement the constitution, but when it comes to parliament, we will pick and choose what we want to implement, and you can do whatever you want. That's actually what they're telling us, which is a very dangerous way to go as we move on.
A section of MPs argue that Parliament has done its part, having enacted over 95% of the constitutionally required legislation within the stipulated time frame.
The only legislation which we were not able to completely deal with was the implementation of the two-third gender rule. As Kenyans knows, we attempted to do this, and we were required to muster minimum of two-thirds of members supporting the proposal to amend the constitution. We managed to raise roughly about 177. The rest we could not. So that's where we are. We have not implemented, and that is actually a grey area. It is going to be a grey area in the constitution. But overall, it is important to say as a country that we have done very well in implementing the new constitution. The new constitution is the legislation is substantially implemented, and what now remains is for the executive to operationalize those laws.
Some stakeholders argue that Parliament could be staring at the risk of dissolution should any Kenyan move to court under Article 61 of the Constitution on account of falling short of the two-thirds gender rule.
It then provides that if that law is not passed in accordance with the order of the High Court, then the CJ can then write to the President to dissolve Parliament, and the President may dissolve Parliament. Do we need to go through that because of doing what we are supposed to do? In my view, no. Parliament needs to pass this law.
And it's an embarrassment that people had the obligation and authority to pass the law who are elected by Kenyans can fail Kenyans on such a fundamental duty.
Now it's crystal clear that this matter can only be resolved through a progressive way, a constitutional progressive formula to attain the two-third gender.
Parliament is satisfied that it has managed to pass critical legislation as per the Constitution, save for the gender bill that has failed twice in the National Assembly and the Senate, which implies pressure will now shift to political parties to ensure they achieve the same. Duncan Khaemba, KTN News, Parliament.